Hello, my Vibe Tribe. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the Daily Vibe. How is everybody today? How was your Monday? Was it good? Was it good? My morning already has been actually pretty productive. I'm kind of proud of myself. I thought for Tuesday thoughts, we'd go back to the affirmations deck. So anyways, let's see if I'm gonna get anyone to pop on this morning. Ooh. Let's see. There we go. Good morning, Pat. So, okay. Today's card, tact. This is funny. You know what? Like they say, like a bull in a china shop, right? I actually got that one. But, yeah. I speak and act with care, remembering that impulsive words or a harsh tone can sometimes hurt others. If it feels like I'm walking on eggshells, I remind myself that those eggshells might actually be a shop full of china, and I might actually be a bull. Then I'll remind myself to stop mixing metaphors. So that's tact. Good morning, baby sibling. Morning, cousin Jeannie. You know, it's funny that this card came up. I'm going to read it again just in case. I speak and act with care, remembering that impulsive words or harsh tone can sometimes hurt others. If it feels like I'm walking on eggshells, I'll remind myself that those eggshells might actually be a shop full of china, and I might actually be a bull. Then I'll remind myself to stop mixing metaphors. Morning, Victoria. I was thinking about this morning, right before I jumped on the live, about how 2020 could have gone and how it did go. And I think what was missing in 2020 was a lot of this, a lot of tact. I don't think it was intentional. I think there's a lot of people that are struggling. And there's a lot of people who are already struggling. You know, that this has not been an easy year for people with mental health problems either. But it's kind of given, I think, the outside world a bit of a look into what people with the thing that mental health goes through. But more importantly, when I talk about tact, 2020, it's the beginning of a new decade. You know, I mean, we left the teens behind, and we're heading into like the adulthood of this century. You know, where you start learning things. You know, things just really start popping. That's usually what the 20s are about, right? And I know older sibling had hopes and dreams that we would go back to the roaring 20s, but baby sibling and I talked about it, and we're glad it did not, because right after the roaring early 20s came prohibition, and we don't want to lose our alcohol, seriously. So anyways, yeah. But when it comes to tact, we live in a world, obviously, that has really shown that a lot of people can't agree to disagree. They will jump on people's posts, or they will jump on people's ideas, or they will jump on you for having a thought. And it's your own thought. But everybody wants to be right, and nobody wants to be tactful and back down. And I'm not tooting my own horn, but I have had to learn to really back down, because growing up, there was a lot in me that just felt so underwhelmed that when I was right, I had to make a big deal out of it. You know, like, oh, well, hey, you know, like a little rooster, right? It's strutting its stuff. But over time I realized that, you know, people are always going to have their opinions. And we can be that bull in the china shop, and we can run over everybody, and, excuse my nails, haven't had time to do them, and fracture everything. And, you know, think about it this way. That bull is opinions, and all those little things laying on the floor are fractured relationships, you know, or fractured friendships, or fractured anything. And it doesn't even have to do with 2020. You know, there are people that we lose touch with because they won't accept our opinions, and they fault us for them, thinking, well, you should not be that way, you should think better about that. You know, and then you try to go back and you try to make amends, not because you think you're wrong, but because having these personal relationships are more important than ruining them over an opinion, you know, just because people disagree. I mean, Really? Is this what we've come to? It's 2020, for God's sakes. I mean, a lot of us were born, well, the majority of people that are going to watch this probably were born in the last century. And it doesn't matter when in the last century we were born. Although, if you were born in 1900 and you're still alive, I need your secret. But I want your map to the Fountain of Youth. But that being said, we're going into a new year pretty soon. Nobody knows what's going to happen. I actually saw a journal post from 2019 around this time saying, oh my God, I cannot wait till 2020. It's going to be so exciting. And to be honest with you, I like the fact that there is change. There is necessary change that is happening in this world. I'm not talking political government stuff. I'm talking in general with people. There are people who are finally stepping up and defending themselves. There are people who are finally being heard. Change is good. Change is what keeps things going. Change is what keeps countries going and people moving forward together. But we can't move forward together if we're constantly trying to divide us as a people. And I don't care what country you live in. At what point do we start looking at somebody who is standing across from them and not judge them by what they look like, or who they date, or who they married, or who they love, period, or who they identify as, but instead seeing what's in here. What's in here is what's important. That this is a very important Tuesday thought, because, I didn't actually plan on going in this route, in this direction. But, I meditate, and I actually have a favorite angel that I like to meditate on, to kind of come up with these ideas sometimes. And I've been struggling the last month, I admit. Some of my vibes have been like, really? This again? Because I've been afraid to step out of that comfort zone. I've been afraid to talk about the things that need to be talked about. But I'm telling you right now, as we go into 2021, we have got to find a way to come together as a people, as a planet. And we have got to stop freaking each other out about all these different ideas we have on the virus. We've got to stop getting mad over all of these things because of a virus. The virus will go away. The real virus is not having any tact. That's the real virus. The real virus is people being so unkind to each other, people being so mean to each other. I mean, is this really what we want? Is this really how we want to move forward? We're always going to have opinions, okay? If everybody, thought the same way, what a boring life we would be living. What a boring planet we would live on. But you don't have to beat each other down, I mean, obviously, this isn't going to change a lot of minds. People will still be the way they're going to be. But I think the majority of us can really inject this world with a big, healthy dose of kindness and love and peace and unity if we really, really try to. Don't be the bull in the china shop. Don't be Shelly in the kitchen putting things away, because that is the equivalent of a bull in a china shop. I have Butterfingers, and just to kind of inject some humor into this, a couple weeks ago when I was baking, I literally do not know how I do this. I can carry 3 or 4 eggs in my hand and still pull another one out, no problem. I kept dropping them. And, before I started healing the things in my life, that would have set me off and ruined my day forever. Well, not forever, but forever in that day. But instead, I have this habit when I drop things, I just stare at it like either it's magically going to reappear in my hand, or how did that happen? But I have a habit of doing that for several seconds, which seems like an eternity, and then you're like, oh, wait, hello, clean it up and start over. But that's what I did. I didn't let it bother me. And I know that's kind of a weird example, but when we drop things, and even if it breaks, you know what? Try not to get mad over it. If you're going to lose a friendship or relationship because somebody doesn't agree with you, then, or refuses to agree to disagree with you, then maybe they're just not meant to be in your life. I walk a fine line in my beliefs with people I know, and I do my best to kind of pull back around people that don't particularly feel the way I feel. And I have and I do try to open up and listen. I was not good at listening for a very long time. But, it's the place in my life where I want to be. If I'm going to help people, the only way I can help people is to listen. And they're not always going to agree with me, and that's okay. That's okay. I mean, I have a friend that, she and I went back and forth on political stuff. But you know what? I have to admit, I kind of cheated. I sent in Sibling. Sibling is the big guns because she does watch the news every day. And, she keeps herself informed on both sides of the aisle. So, she doesn't take a side. She just kind of, she's very in the center where I try to be. But I'll be honest, I don't know a whole lot about politics. I know enough to slide me through maybe. But I also know that I have my own opinions. And they're mine. I don't try to spread them on anyone else. I don't try to force them on anyone else. But we just have to find a better way. A lot of us were stuck at home. A lot of us were just kind of just ready to just blow our tops because we don't like being told what to do. We don't like being told that, you have to stay home. You have to lock down, I get that. I get that a lot, Like I said, when it came to my mental health, I was ready. I was so ready to just start living in this world again. And then the world shut down the first time back in March. And I was really upended for several weeks. It's like, well, what was that all about? And then you wait and you wait and you wait. But during that time, I noticed there were things I hadn't healed yet. And I was still going through a healing process. So I took this time for myself to just kind of clear the air from my life. So that in 2021, no matter what direction we're going in, I can go and follow my path without any guilt, without any reservations, without feeling like I am on the wrong path. Because I think I am on the right path now. And I really just really want to express how important it is that I think that even if we don't agree with each other, that we all find a way to stay on the same page, to get on that same page and stay there together. Because beyond politics, beyond opinions, beyond movements, we have family and we have friends and we have, those that we find closest to us in those circles of people that we don't want to lose. None of movements and politics and opinions, they're all important. They really, really are. But when it comes down to the foundation of everything, it's how we move together as a people that really, really, really matters. And, it's time. It really is time. I've been feeling like this for a long time. I've been feeling like 2020 really did feel like a bust. It really did feel like, we didn't go in the direction we should have gone in. And I think people need to start taking a step back, finding different ways to blow off steam. Go for a walk, or take a run, go for a drive, whatever you can do to clear your mind, but don't take it out on other people. There are better ways. There are better ways. And I'm learning this too. I can get overwhelmed, and when I get overwhelmed, I get so frazzled that sometimes my cork pops off the bottle. And, what happens when that happens? You feel bad. You feel guilty. And guilt can last much longer than just going out and finding a more productive way to let off steam. So, thank you, baby sibling. I am trying so hard not to cry. And I know that sounds dumb. I know that sounds, I don't know, I might be PMSing. But whatever, it's just adding to it, right? But whatever it is, please, don't be the bull in the china shop anymore. I really, really have a good feeling that 2021 can be so much better, that we can really all start just listening to one another, and, instead of bashing people for what they believe and raking them over the coals for going out there and protesting and marching, ask yourself why they're doing this. You know, ask yourself why they're putting themselves in harm's way for something they believe in. Right? Right? It doesn't matter what color you are, what gender you identify with. We are all the same on the inside. We're all human. And we need to start stepping up and treating each other that way. So, good morning, baby bear. I love you too. And I'm sorry. I'm very emotional because, you know, it sucks to see the world the way it is right now. Just literally cracking and just, you know, breaking at the seams. It's time to take a step back, review your year, see where you want to go in the future, and start being nice to one another. That's it. You know, be kind. Be kind. It's sad. It's both great and awesome that be kind is a hashtag, but it's also sad that we have to hashtag something for something we should all know. That's something that we were raised with, that we were taught. And if you had crappy parents, then something you learned on your own, how to be kind, because you chose to not be like them, because you chose to take a different path, a better path, you know, instead of stepping back and blaming everybody and hurting everyone around you. So that's it. I am so sorry. Hi, emotions. But I hope everyone has a wonderful Tuesday. Thank you for letting me get on my soapbox. I guess that happens every so often, huh? So, tact. Let's have some. You know, and you know what? I promise I will try along with everybody else. You know, sometimes you find you accidentally pick a side and then you stop listening to everybody else. So I too will make a better effort on listening to people. And if somebody needs to vent, whether I agree with them or not, you can vent to me. Okay, I will just sit there and look dumb, you know, or as I tell my dad sometimes, just sit there and look pretty. So, which he hates. He hates when I do that. I don't do it very often because my dad has the Scorpio stare, and it's scary, you know. But yeah, so, you know, I'll just sit there and I'll look. Well, I'll just sit there and listen. You know, that's what it's all about, just listening to one another. So, thank you, baby sibling. And, sorry, I'm trying to hide that. I love you too. So, everybody, have a great Tuesday. Thank you again for letting me stand on my soapbox. Tomorrow is Self-Care Wednesday. I actually have something prepared. Get that. Woo! Shelly's prepared for something. What? Don't be so shocked. I know. I think I might actually be back. Yeah. So, have a great day. One more time. How many times can I tell people have a great day at the end of these things? I think I say it like 4 or 5 times. If someone figures it out, let me know how many times I do it. But I will talk to everyone tomorrow. Have a happy Tuesday. And I'm sure my cousin Jeannie saw this when my dad bought it, but punch today in the face because I love this pen. Have a great day.